Mr. Innocent's new record. Mr. Innocent's new record.
Jamal Paris says he's now haunted by a father figure, Bishop Eddie Long, pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist, one of America's most powerful megachurches.
I cannot get the sound of his voice out of my head, and I cannot forget the smell of his cologne, and I cannot forget the way that he made me cry many nights when I drove in his cars on the way home, not able to take enough showers to wipe the smell of him off of my body.
As teens, Paris and 3 other young men claim Long adopted them as his spiritual sons, then exploited them.
Well, the embattled pastor of an Atlanta area megachurch says that he will address a deepening sex scandal from the pulpit. Bishop Eddie Long has 25,000 followers at the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. He says that he'll talk to his congregation at the church on Sunday. As you know, 3 men have filed lawsuits claiming Long coerced them into sexual relationships. Long's attorney denies those allegations and dismisses these photos that have now emerged in the wake of the scandal. Attorney B.J. Bernstein, who represents the 3 men named in the lawsuits, said that Long actually sent these photos of himself wearing tight shirts to the 4th man not named in the litigation. She says it's just an example of inappropriate conduct. Church members say that the image of Long that they embrace is the mentor and the spiritual counselor who has helped young people in need.
Tonight, an I-Team exclusive. New revelations in the sex scandal surrounding Bishop Eddie Long.
We wanted to ask you about Bishop Eddie Long.
Oh, no problem.
Come on.
The Fox 5 I-Team reveals the identity of another accuser.
Relationships are hard. People lie. People steal. Your heart.
Right now, the mystery surrounding Centino Camp and his relationship with Eddie Long. The most powerful name in local news. Fox 5 News at 6.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Davis.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Haynes. Tonight, the explosive results from a 7-week-long I-Team investigation.
The I-Team has uncovered that there was a 5th accuser in the Bishop Eddie Long sexual misconduct case. He never filed a lawsuit, and his name was kept a secret. But Centino Kemp's allegations of sexual misconduct against Bishop Eddie Long brought him front and center into the recent settlement negotiations.
Senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell has crisscrossed the city searching for the mysterious 5th young man and is here now with his exclusive report. Dale.
Tom Centino Kemp, sometimes called Centineo, is young, barely 22. We're told he met Bishop Long years ago. He has Eddie Long's name tattooed on his wrist, and he's currently recording songs written from the perspective of an angry, bitter lover.
I've been accused. I'm under attack. I want you to know, as I said earlier, I am not a perfect man, but this thing, I'm gonna fight. And I want you to know one other thing. I feel like David against Goliath, but I got 5 rocks, and I haven't thrown one yet.
In the speech, you said that you would fight the charges. So why did you settle the case?
The old gambler song, got know when to hold it, know when to fold it, know when to walk away. By then, after such attack of media, the stress of all of that and all this, you got to look at what's happening to you. At that point, everyone who believed in you was still believing in you. At that point, who didn't believe in me wasn't going to believe in me, no matter what I did, no matter what the court said. And sometimes, even in life, you got to figure, am I going to win the battle or do I need to win the war? And so I had to make a decision to save me, save my family, and save the church, because continuing on was just going to be beat, and gives everybody more opportunity to beat up people.
Right. See, a lot of people struggle with the settlement. A settlement is not an admission of guilt in the court of law. The court of public opinion is different though. See, when people hear settlement, they go the other way. You understand?
I understand that.
And from
I know a lot of you try to contact me and call me and text me, and I can't return all the texts. I get all the love, just know I can't do it. It's just too many. It's too many. But it makes me feel good to see all them folks that's praying for me. But I want you to know, because one reason I can't, even with some, is because everybody want to ask questions. I don't want to rehearse facts. Now, if you called me to talk about truth, and by his stripes, no weapon formed, I will not die but live. You are the head, not the tail. You want to talk about that? We'll have a nice conversation. As I get stronger, you'll see me more. I plan to be fully engaged. 17, but I need. We're gonna switch back to one service for a while, and we're gonna celebrate and do all that we can. But talk to your neighbor, say, show up and bring somebody with you. You always want to know, Bishop, what can I do for you? Show up and bring somebody with me. All right? And I already got the vision statement written out and all of that. It's going to be clear as a crystal and all that. So you won't be trying to figure out what we're going to do.
The controversial church, New Birth, was founded in 1939 in Scottsdale, Georgia, when it was originally Travelers Rest Baptist Church. Later changed in 1983 to New Birth when it was moved to Decatur. Eddie Long took the mantle as pastor in 1987. He had a 300-member church. In 2001, it dedicated a 10,000-seat auditorium. Eddie Long was the pastor until his passing January 15, 2017. Interim pastor Stephen A. Davis took over duties until a sudden resignation in 2018.
Say anything over there in Georgia when I gave $180,000. I worked the entire 16 months for free. Didn't take a dime. Paid for my own condo for 6 months. Kept the debt off of the Long family, $3,500 a month that they didn't have to pay on Bishop Long's condo. I paid it. I took the car back that I'd given him as a gift, taking the pressure off of the Long family. I gave $85,000 personally. They allowed wicked men to lead them. They lost their God sent. Now they have to settle for hirelings. I tithe every month. They didn't know I made their payroll, those who work for New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. Without my funding, they wouldn't have been paid. I want every one of them to know they lost the best thing that could have ever happened to them. Roberts threatened me. Told me they could have gotten rid of me. I told them they never had me. So go back to your hellacious leaders and tell them I'm still coming to Georgia.
Whoa, that was kind of mean right there. I thought I was listening to T.O. more than I was listening to the Bishop Stephen Davis.
It's my quarterback.
But nevertheless, from that situation, they went on a hunt or a search for a new pastor. And they had a pool of 138 candidates. And from that pool, they picked Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant has already had a church in Baltimore, Maryland, and the name of the church is Empowerment Church. He had about 2,000 members, and he left that church to go be the head of New Birth Baptist Church. And I'm about to give you a couple of highlights of the new guy in charge, Pastor Jamal Bryant.
We honor, we respect, and we love the children of Bishop Long. And I thank God for them. Would you join me in thanking God for the Long family? They're our royal family. Come on, give God some praise for them. To the chairman of our board, Mr. Tommy Dorch, thank you so very much for operating with godly discernment. That after 183 people applied, it is evident that God has given you wisdom to pick the best possible candidate. I'm just talking about Shaft. I'm thankful to be able to serve, and thank you to the board and to the search committee. Give God a hand clap of praise for all of them.
Now, as we see, Jamal Bryant has been installed as the new bishop of New Birth Baptist Church. So now all I want to do is just go through a quick snippet of Jamal Bryant in his career, some allegations, some of his own words, and I'm gonna wrap this up in a nice little ribbon. Tight.
Every sister just elbow another sister, say he should have listened. Every brother, would you tap another brother and say I should have listened to her? God help me, old saints, y'all forgive me, but I gotta tell you, these hoes ain't loyal. You gotta find somebody.
You've been very open over the years about past infidelity.
Yes.
And how you grew from that.
Yes.
What do you make of some people out there who will look at this decision to bring you in as senior pastor as New Birth trading one controversy for possibly another?
No, I think that it's right on target to be a match made in heaven. Who else can help lead a church through scars and pain if you've never done so yourself? There's a complete distinction between apathy and empathy. You have to live through some things in order to address it and meet it.
Walk us through what happened.
I stepped rolling outside of my marriage and had a extramarital affair that ultimately ended in a divorce to an incredibly wonderful woman, not because anything was flawed in the marriage or in her, but in my own immaturity for the level that I was getting ready to go into.
And the belligerent, flagrant homophobia that the Black church exercises really is not palatable for where we are in the 21st century.
So like I said, I'm putting a little bow on this whole situation about the New Birth Baptist Church. He started off with Eddie Long, and it seems like he had a lot of things to deal with from what people might call demons he was dealing with. He had to work with. He had to needed to exercise, and it seems like now they have Jamal Bryant, and he's coming from a lot of different directions. He can't keep his marriage together. Part of what the Bible speaks about a bishop, or what you might call a pastor, they're supposed to be a husband of one wife. That's one thing, but that's the Bible. You can live the way you want to live. Then he's having a lot of babies out of wedlock, talking about how the church is homophobic. But if you are in church and you look at the Bible has precepts and standings. If you don't want to follow, that's cool, but go into another book or follow another precept. But if you're following after God and what he says, there are certain standards. And it seems like Jamal wants to just wrap his flag around every wind that blows. So that's my opinion. But I want to hear from yours. I want to hear yours. Please comment, please like, subscribe. Once again, family, be safe out there.